On that same vein, in that story with ESPN, you talked about wanting to protect young girls who shouldn't have to go against biological men. Just can you expand your viewpoint on that?
I mean, I think I said what I said. I think it's kind of common sense. And I think I'll always believe in that. I think it's really important to protect children, and that's little girls who are also involved in that category. And so I stand on what I said, and I always believe that.
Yeah.
Some people might say, hey, for the trans community, this could be something that could come back on us or be targeted against us. Like, how do you, I guess, view that sort of critique?
Like I said, I extend love, and I don't dislike anyone. Like, I think there is room for absolutely everyone here, and I think there's room to love everyone. And I truly think when you get people in the same room and you have conversations, you actually have a lot in common with a lot of people. And so I'm there to love, but I'm also there to love biological women, and I think that there are rights that need to be protected. And like I said, I'm going to stand true to that. I'll never falter in my beliefs in that.
We have scholarships at state and that sort of thing. That's where I say that common sense people get together and you find common ground to find a way to be inclusive. The answer isn't no. It is not the case that we have, quote, biological men in girls' locker rooms. The way it's being phrased, the innuendo there that somehow transgender women are predators of some kind in the locker room. There's a lot of narrative that is problematic that we need to address. That is simply not what's happening. I think we can take on the issue. There are more and more transgenders in our country as years go by.
See Cheryl Reeve wearing a shirt today in support of trans kids. Trans kids belong on the shirt. This in the aftermath of Sophie Cunningham's recent comments. We actually saw Cheryl and Sophie speaking at center court pregame. And yesterday, Cheryl Reeves spent a lot of time talking at length with the media about this topic.
I would encourage anyone to go and listen to Cheryl Reeves' comments. Incredibly thoughtful, easy to find online. And
you're a male and transitioning to female, you should be playing against the women. Nobody said you can't transition from male to female. The issue here is competing against the women. That's what Sophie Cunningham was talking about. That's what Riley Gaines is talking about. How are you, Coach Cheryl Reeve, and you could condone that? And then you're going to come out with a T-shirt. No regard for the WNBA. No regard for the sponsors that may be put off by that. No regard for the bottom line that might be affected because of a position that she has taken that you know is going to be politicized because that's what you did. No regard for that whatsoever. How is that okay? How? Because your spirit and your soul told you that's the right thing to do, so bump how it affects the collective brand of the WNBA and how they may be frowned upon by half of America when you need all the support that you can get in building your product is exceptional as the league and these young ladies playing in the league have done in building the sport all of these years. And you just gonna come out there and wear that shirt, knowing it was going to bring attention to you and knowing that you're going up against the Indiana Fever with Caitlin Clark, who obviously is the #1 draw in the WNBA, which means cameras are rolling. It's just an accident or coincidence that that's the game you chose to wear that shirt, huh? This is the bullshit. It's the selfishness. Cheryl Reeve, the head coach of the Minnesota Lynx. That is an irresponsible thing to do. You are a coach for a female basketball team. Do you not think that the females are being screwed over if they have to compete against an individual born as a male? What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Yo, it's Big Ant, the spokesman, man. We back. Another edition of Urban Politicians TV, UPTV. Make sure you stay on your pivot at all times, man. Had to come tap in, and I had a link in the description where you can watch the clip at the beginning and full from the Stephen A. Smith show, where he decided to jump out there and let WNBA coach for the Minnesota Lynx, Cheryl Reeve, have it for what she had been doing for these last couple days, what she said in that press conference in response to Sophie Cunningham, then going to the game and wearing that shirt to push the message that she was trying to get out there even more, which her and the teammates. So it just happened that way. But she most definitely knew that the eyes was going to be on her. She knew that she was trying to get a message across. And it's crazy. You know you're down bad and sad when Stephen A. Script Reader Smith is going at you and he's 1,000% correct. And this right here is a no-brainer. This is just using common sense in itself so he can turn up like that with no backlash. Of course, a certain community, certain people who are focused on feelings and emotions and not facts might not have his back. But where can you say he's wrong at? He's speaking 1,000% truth. And the thing is, because of the simple fact she's using the word semantics, the word salad, doing the gaslighting, the misleading, and misrepresenting to what was said, what the real stance is, because at the end of the day, we're not talking about your feelings. We're talking about life. We're talking about the real deal, what's going on in reality. The answer has to be no when you're talking about people who are born as men competing against women. As men, we have balls. Sophie Cunningham is right. Stand on your square, Sophie, because they trying to pressure her. You know how they do. I bet she getting all type of hate, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I don't even be keeping up with the stuff like that there. But I said, when I see this, because I spoke on this years before, because I see these athletes overseas or just in different little situations where you can see the dog got the big shoulders. Yeah, he done took the hormone stuff, so he might got some da-da-da like a female, but you see dog way bigger, way stronger, way faster than all the girls on the floor. What do we got going on? We didn't even see injuries happening, this type of stuff right here. And then it gets into the other thing with the sexuality part of it, of what can go wrong in the locker room. Why does this even have to be entertained when it comes to the competitive side? As Stephen A. said, in your life, what you choose to do with it, how you want to represent yourself and call yourself, that's cool. But what you doing in your life, if it starts to affect what other people got going on in theirs, as that does, then, hey, this is something different. We not finna do that now. And all this trying to be liberal and open-minded to all this nonsense and these theoretical theories and ideologies and these feelings and emotions, man, we ain't got time for none of that, bro. I'm keeping it all the way 100. I'm seeing other coaches, they scared to speak up on it because, you know, they don't want to mess up their bag. They don't want to get that backlash probably or things of that nature. But the WNBA going to have to make the decision. I don't think they going to make a decision because they already know it ain't no way we finna start letting men come in this league, or we need to start raising female athletes as kids that they got to play against dudes at a competitive level. If you're born a man, if you're born with balls, you's a man, man. We not doing this. You can call yourself whatever you want to call yourself. You can go say, I'm finna do a change or whatever. But your bloodline, your makeup, your DNA and your blood and your building and your chemicals in your body is that of a man. So let me keep this all the way 100 with y'all, bro. We not pressing this line, and I'm going to speak against it for the simple fact that is unfair competition. They talk about steroids. They talk about HGH. Well, what do you think is bigger than HGH? Being on a different level field as a woman where, hey, I'm born way stronger than you because I'm a whole different sex. Come on, now, why do we got to entertain this stuff? I'm just saying, it is what it is. Sophie Cunningham, stand on your square. Everybody else stand on their business. We going to speak out on it. Stay on your pivot. 1,000.